My name is Mr. Tung. I am a street artist from New York, currently based in South Korea. You might have seen drawings of tongues all around town. That's me. I never really shared a lot about myself, so today I'll be talking about my work and my life in Korea.
We still the same ones. When it come to chats, we don't take none. Bad man Jamaican. Trinity global sensation. Mobbing till the day come, yeah, till the day come. Red, white, black flag, baddie gon' shake some. Green, yellow, black flag, rude gal shake some. We don't want no drama in this, so don't make none. Mobbing till the day come, yeah, till the day come.
So I have several reasons behind why I chose the tongue as my icon. You can't speak without a tongue, and I wanted to speak to the world using my tongues. You can't taste without a tongue. I wanted to taste life and experience the world using my tongue. And lastly, I grew up in a Christian background, but I didn't really have faith. But I did remember hearing about speaking in tongue while I was at church. So I started researching and found out that it was a gift one received from God in order to be able to have a direct communication with God on a very personal level. For me, I felt that that was my calling, to use my art and use my tongues to share God's love throughout the world. So the first time I ever painted, I was in middle school. When you're in middle school and you don't have resources and you're not legally able to purchase spray paint, they usually just scrap paint from the store, the 5-finger discount, And that's how it started, and I do know that that's how it starts for many of us. After that is just going into the street. So at the time when I started my career as Mr. Tung, I was in a period where I was financially having a hard time, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. The saying concrete jungle for New York really hit home for me because when I looked out the window, it looked very gray. Usually when I am stressed, I go out and carry out my hobbies. But at the time, because of my physical state, I couldn't risk going out and going skateboarding and getting hurt. Or due to work, I couldn't go out and go biking and be super fatigued afterwards. And so one way that I figured out to be able to express myself was through art. One of the reasons why I moved out to Korea from New York was when I visited, it seemed like a blank canvas. Street art and street culture was not as prevalent as they are now. And when I walked around in the streets, it seemed like there was many possibilities out here compared to America, where oftentimes it's very saturated and it takes a lot more work to be noticed. So the reason I keep myself anonymous is because I want the viewers of my art to view my art for the art's sake. Oftentimes when you like something or you become a fan of something and you see who is the creator, as human beings, judgment starts to seep in. For me, I want the purity of the art to be enjoyed by the viewers. And the second reason is for my safety. I'm a big supporter of people enjoying art for free. We live in a time when it's very stressful and we are going from one thing to another, even while we're walking. For me, when people get to look at the art or look at my tongues from different corner streets or across a bridge, it's a time when they can really get away from their devices, get away from the stress of life. Whether you're a child or an elderly, whether you're rich or you're poor, you're able to all experience it and enjoy it in your own way. The beauty of street art is it doesn't cost the viewers much to look at it, but it also doesn't cost the artists much. You can use any medium. You can execute your artwork in the street, maybe even for free, if you really grab whatever you can find in your house. It's all a matter of how do you want to do it. One of the unexpected experiences that I had while carrying out my career in Korea was when I was painting a mural, a police car drove up right behind me. They looked at me, and I looked at them, and then I continued doing what I was doing, and then they just drove off. No, they definitely saw me because I made eye contact with the guy who was sitting in the passenger seat. During the time when I was painting the mural, a second cop car came as well, I guess in the same route, but they also drove off. You would not see that in America. One of the things that shocked me about Korea was the amount of CCTVs and surveillance cameras that are out there in the streets. You don't see that many surveillance or CCTVs in different parts of the world. So if you're an aspiring street artist trying to come out to Korea, you better know how to hide in the shadows. As a street artist living in Korea, you don't really need to know too much Korean. It does help if you're able to read Korean a little bit so that you can better navigate the streets while living in Korea. Because there are a lot of signs in Korea that can be a little confusing, but if you can't really read it or don't know what it really says, then I had to stay away from it. Later I found out I was staying away from certain signs and it was just having to do with like bus schedules or something like that. So one of the ways was I just had to look for certain characters or any emblems on the sign that seemed a little bit more legit or government related. For example, if it's a police station, there's that Korean cute little character that's supposed to be a police. This is something that I haven't shared much with people, but in the Christian community, there's this thing called a prayer walk, where people gather in groups and they go into different neighborhoods and they start praying for the businesses and the people of that neighborhood. And I do these prayer walks personally when I go around the streets of Korea. When I walk in the streets of Korea, a lot of the neighborhoods are safe, but there are neighborhoods I've walked through that are a little bit more on the darker side. And so for those neighborhoods, whenever I experience that energy, I start praying for them. And I leave a little art piece in those neighborhoods so that it can be an extension of God's grace and a surprise factor that can plant joy into people's hearts and minds when they do go into those neighborhoods. So with a little bit of color, I try to help brighten the neighborhood. I don't think I'm quite in a place to be giving advice to anyone, but if I could share a little bit, I guess, to continue even if you doubt yourself, because I doubt myself every day, but to continue and push forward whatever it is that you want to pursue, no matter what other people are telling you. Do whatever it takes to pursue that dream, because there's nothing, no money, no fame, nothing else is gonna be able to replace that feeling of joy when you achieve something, enduring the struggles and enduring the sacrifices that you have to make. So just continue doing what you do, as cliche as that may sound. So to explain my painting behind me, painting called Depth, it has 3 different meanings. The first meaning is the actual image itself and the wordplay, that it gives depth to the word. The second meaning is the depth that the Korean culture has, whether it's cuisine, whether it's architecture, culture, whatever it may be. It has a lot of depth, and I want to encourage the international community to really take time to get to know the depth of Korea, because there's a lot of beauty into Korea. And the different colors in the background, different tongues in the background represent the different types of individuals that make up this community. So as a whole, they are part of Korea and they help create the depth in Korea as well. The third meaning is the depth that God gives me through experiences and opportunities such as this interview. So I'm able to experience a different type of depth within my career. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or anything you'd like to add, please comment below, and this is my life in Korea.